The July 21st, 2025 meeting of the Planning and Economic Development Committee now comes to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Chardy. Mr. Chardy is present. Mr. Cruz.
Presente.
Mr. Cruz is present. Chairman Frazier.
Present.
Chairman Frazier is present. Ms. Hasman.
Here.
Ms. Hasman is present. Mr. McCabe.
Here.
Mr. McCabe is present.
Welcome to the Monroe County Planning and Economic Development Committee public hearing to approve and adopt proposed additions to the Monroe County Western and Eastern Agricultural Districts and the 8-year review of Monroe County Agricultural District Number 5 and District Number 6. The public hearing is being held to give the public an opportunity to comment on the proposed additions to the districts and the recommendations of the Monroe County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board. I hope you have signed in at the clerk's office. If not, please do so before you leave. The July 21st, 2025 public hearing before the Monroe County Planning and Economic Development Committee will now come to order. This public hearing is part of the regular Planning and Economic Development Committee meeting. Article 25 AA of the New York State Agricultural and Markets Law allows the county legislature to create agricultural districts. The law then requires the legislature to review each district 8 years after its creation and every 8 years thereafter to see if it is achieving its intended purpose, which is to help conserve and encourage the use of agricultural land for the production of agricultural products. In 2000 and 2003, the New York State Legislature adopted changes to the Agricultural and Markets Law that enables the property owners to petition for adding lands to an established agricultural district at a time designated by the county legislature. Previous to this change, property owners wishing to add lands to an agricultural district had to wait until the established 8-year anniversary date to petition the county legislature for action. A public hearing must be held prior to the legislature voting to add parcels to agricultural districts. The purpose of the public hearing is to give the public an opportunity to comment on the proposed addition.
A mailing regarding this public hearing was sent to the supervisors, clerks, and landowners of the affected towns and the Commissioner of Agriculture and Markets on July 10th, 2025. Affidavit of publication and posting of hearing notice in the Daily Record on July 14th, 2025, and Rochester Business Journal on July 18th, 2025, have been received and is on file in the clerk's office.
Following the public hearing, the Planning and Economic Development Committee will take action and make a recommendation to the Monroe County Legislature for action at its next meeting, which is scheduled for 6 p.m. on Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. We will now hear public comments regarding the proposed additions to the agricultural district from the audience. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the committee on this subject?
Yes, there is. Okay. Thank you to everyone who has signed up for the public hearing. We ask that everyone maintain decorum during this time. If you require assistance, a deputy is available to assist you in approaching the lectern. I will call one person forward at a time. Each speaker has 2 minutes in which to address the committee. This public hearing is about approving and adopting proposed additions to the Monroe County Western and Eastern Agricultural Districts and the 8-year review of Monroe County Agricultural District Number 5 and District Number 6. Please keep all comments relevant to this topic. Please do not bring up any signs or props. Do not single out any legislator, and please conclude when the buzzer sounds. Thank you for your cooperation. The first speaker is Mr. Jintan.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, board.
Thank you for this opportunity. I am Cosmo Junta, the Gatestown Supervisor. I am here tonight not to oppose any additions to this, to the Western District 5. But I am here because I feel that there has been an omission to the town, which we have petitioned to get a particular parcel located at, excuse me here, 4254 Lyle Road, that was added to the Western District Parcel 5 back in 2016. Now, this particular parcel, again, was added per the request, I believe, of the homeowner. Unbeknown to us, which in checking with previous administration, town council, director of public works, the town does not recall being notified of this. With this, like I said, nothing against farmlands, but we do not feel this is a farm. Okay, this has been put in place 8 years ago. We are now here to oppose to this and ask that this be heard and be considered to be removed from the farming district. Again, we were not involved at the time. None of us recall ever, I wasn't here previous administration, but in speaking with previous administration, nobody recalls this being advised. A little background, this parcel was bought in 2012 by this particular individual. Since then, he has believed that he can do whatever he wants on this parcel. This parcel is located right next to our Gates First Responders Park, which was established there decades ago. He came in, started removing wetlands, starting moving dirt, starting causing drainage issues. And since then, we have been trying to fight this. There have been claims from the DEC. DEC is also involved. There are claim numbers opened up since 2016. Prior to him applying to this, he was in code violations with the town. Again, through investigation, whatever, he has never come for a permit, never come for site plan approval. All this was construction. It's not farming. It's construction. He is moving dirt, taking trees down, disturbing the wetlands, and so forth. So we would ask that you reconsider for this. Thank you very much for your time. And I'd invite you to go visit the property. You will see it is not a farmland. Thank you.
The next speaker is Mr. DeCaro.
Thank you. I'm the attorney for the town of Gates. I'm also here to discuss the request the town made to remove that parcel at 4254 Lyle from Agricultural District Number 5. And for the same reasons that the supervisor referenced, I point out to you that first, the parcel is not viable agricultural land as is described by the Agricultural Markets Law. The Agricultural Markets Law discusses what viable agricultural land is, and it uses sales of farm products as an example, that at a minimum of $10,000 per year of sales is the definition. I can assure you, we've never seen any evidence there have been any sales of any agricultural products there because, as Supervisor Junta mentioned, it's not a farm. It's sort of a hobby for the, at best, for the owner. Secondly, an agricultural use is complete, and this property is completely outside the nature and the character of the rest of the neighborhood and the town itself. Gates is an urban suburb. There hasn't been any farmland in Gates for decades. This property simply doesn't fit in with the character of the town. It's actually inappropriate that it be deemed farmland. Again, as the supervisor mentioned, the parcel's proximity to the Gates Town Park, it presents health and safety risks to users of the park. And another point is, this is the only parcel of land in the town of Gates that's in the agricultural district. This parcel is nowhere near any other parcel of agricultural land in Western District or Agricultural District Number 5. Quite frankly, keeping this parcel in the agricultural district does not serve the purposes. I heard the chairman reference the purposes of the agricultural markets law. This isn't a farm and it should be removed. Thank you.
The final speaker is Wendy Baker.
Hello, my name is Wendy Baker. I'm requesting a retraction of the farmland designation for 15.3 acres located at 4254 Lyle Road in Gates. There is a house located on the property and a portion is designated as DEC wetlands. I own 5 acres along the whole east side of 4254 Lyle Road. I've lived there for 40 years. There's never been farmland there. The owner of 5244, 54 has been cutting, dumping fill, continuously asphalt, rocks, dirt, not topsoil. And he's been filling the wetlands. He's changed the terrain. He's created flooding on my property and therefore the neighbors' properties. He has used farmland designation to negate all town ordinances, including permits for fill, bulldozing up and down on my property line, building a massive chicken coop without permit, which houses more chickens and roosters than allowed in the town ordinance. He uses the property to dump junk and other items from properties that he owns. Mr. Long does not use a tractor. He uses a bulldozer and a bobcat, which has created constant construction next to my house because of the backup beeps. It has been a little bit ridiculous. He has created a very large compost pile, dumping truckloads of vegetables from the city of Rochester's public market and manure. This occasionally stinks, but it also brings skunks and rats. He basically comes over and plays farmer and then leaves because he doesn't live there. Nobody lives on the property. He has cut back and destroyed my trees on my property so that his plants will grow. Mr. Long is not a good steward of the land or of his animals, and I hope that you can reconsider this.
This concludes the public hearing.
I declare this public hearing closed. As stated previously, the Planning and Economic Development Committee will take action on this matter, and it will come before the full legislature at the August 12th, 2025 meeting. Following its adoption, a report and revised district map will be submitted to the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets. Next is the public forum. Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
No, there's not.
Is there anyone present who has not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the June 23rd, 2025 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. New business. The next item is new business. Madam Clerk.
Referral 25-0202, 8-year review of Monroe County Agricultural District Number 5 and District Number 6, and consolidation of Monroe County District Number 6 into District Number 5, forming Monroe County Agricultural District Number 5.
Moved by Legislator Cruz, second by Legislator Hasman. Is there any discussion? Yes, Legislator Chart.
What qualifies the property part of the
Through the chair, New York State Ag and Markets Law defines what is acceptable parcels to join the agricultural districts. There are 13 different qualifications or 13 different definitions of what is viable farmland in New York State.
I'm sorry, thank you. Does thank you. I didn't have my mic on. Does the administration, verify with the property or inspect the property before it designates, whether or not a property is part of the agricultural district?
Through the chair, yes, the standard practice is that a due diligence is conducted on every property that is requested to join the agricultural districts. That includes an interview with the landowner, potentially a site visit.
Okay. How about, through the chair to the administration, how about, going over this with the town? Does the, administration review whether or not a parcel qualifies for agricultural district by, meeting with town employees, particularly code enforcement, planning board, or supervisors of the town?
Through the chair, the town is generally consulted on all parcels that are invited into the egg or allowed into the egg district. They also receive public notice at the time the process is conducted.
How about 4254? Was the town supervisor or the town court enforcement employee notified of that district continuing to be with Monroe County agricultural districts?
Through the chair, to the best of my knowledge, yes. I was not here in 2016, so I cannot answer specifically.
Okay, so now we're in 2025. And this property is again being part of the district. So through the chair, was there any discussion here in 2025 with either Mr. Junta or anybody from the town of Gates relative to whether or not this property should continue to be in one of these agricultural districts?
Through the chair, there were multiple conversations with the town of Gates and the Department of Planning and the Monroe County Agricultural and Life Sciences Center about this property and its whether it should be modified from the district.
And ultimately, the conclusion then was that, through the chair again, the conclusion was that the property should remain in the agricultural district. Is that correct?
Through the chair, that is correct.
And why was that?
Through the chair, this property was advised to remain within the district because it meets the definition of viable farm operation and farmland according to the New York State Ag and Markets Law. And the landowner also would like to remain in the district.
Through the chair to the administration, is there a farm? Is there anything growing on this property?
Through the chair, yes.
And what was that? What's on the property? Yeah.
Through the chair, my understanding there are fruits and vegetables growing, including fruit trees.
Through the chair to the administration, the agricultural district 6 is removing 131 acres from its parcel, from the parcel. Why does that get removed?
Through the chair, those are parcels that are being requested to be removed by the landowners.
Okay. Were there any parcels through the chair to the administration again, were there any parcels that were removed through the inspection process?
Through the chair, can you repeat your question?
Yes. So you clarified that these properties are inspected, they're reviewed, there's a due diligence that occurs, and ultimately the administration decides whether or not, maybe I got this wrong, but the administration decides whether or not they remain in the agricultural district or are removed from the agricultural district. Were there any that were removed by the administration alone?
Through the chair, slight correction, the proposal to remove or remain parcels in the district is made by the county's Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board and not the administration.
Okay.
To answer your question, all parcels that are being added are at the recommendation of the landowner. All parcels that are being removed are at the recommendation of the landowner as well.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? There being no other matters, the July 21st, 2025 meeting of the Planning and Economic Development Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Planning and Economic Development Committee will be held on Monday, August 25th, 2025 at 5:45 p.m.